Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Alex Bailey. I'm a photographer, videographer, and graphic designer based right here in sunny South Florida. So this is my first time doing YouTube. This is my first YouTube video, and I figure what best way to start it than a product announcement. So if you are in the videography world, you're very aware of all the cinema cameras that are out there right now. Right now, one of the most popular ones is actually the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. That'll be the last time I'll ever refer to it by its whole name. Moving forward, it'll be the Pocket 4K. I'm sure you've heard that 1,000,001 times. So this is going to be no different. So Pocket 4K is revolutionary. It's been a little over a year since it was first announced. And honestly, the cool thing about this camera is that for such a low price point, you're getting some of the features and quality, as a matter of fact, of some of these higher end cinema cameras that cost $15,000, $20,000, $30,000, depending on your setup, obviously. So the Cinema Pocket 4K has been iconic, in my opinion, in the short amount of time that it's been on the market. So what did Blackmagic decide to do? Upgrade it, put in some more specs, kind of beef it up a little bit. What you're looking at now is the new Pocket Cinema Camera 6K. So you're thinking, okay, 6K. Really, do we need 6K? A lot of cameras don't even have 4K 60 right now, even though the Pocket 4K shot at 4K 60 with a crop, of course. So the cool thing about the 6K is not only are you getting better or higher quality, higher resolution, but it's actually giving you an EF mount. So no more micro four thirds for all those people who are buying micro four thirds lenses to go with the Pocket 4K. Now we switched over to an EF lens. So all those people coming from Canon, all your Canon glasses are going to be able to snap right onto it. No speed booster, no meta bones, none of that jazz, and have full functionality. Not that anyone buying the Pocket 4K will really be using autofocus anyways, but if your lens does it, it'll work. So that's one of the cool features about it. Let's go down the spec list right now. So right off the bat, a lot of things have stayed the same. For example, it still has 13 stops of dynamic range, dual native ISO 400 and 3200. Still has a large 5-inch touchscreen. You're able to embed your 3D LUTs right onto the camera and preview them as you're shooting. You still got your 3.5mm headset jack, you still got your XLR analog jack, you still got your HDMI Type A, and you still got your USB Type C. So what's changed? Now you've got a Super 35 sensor, so now you're pushing out much higher quality to all your videos and images as well. It does take still images, not a lot of people would probably use it for that reason, but it is there. Quick side note, so I just rented the Pocket Cinema 4K, I want to say about 3 weeks ago. I finally got a chance to test it out for myself and see what the hype was about. Instantly fell in love. Here's some footage. And it's really dope because the colors that come out of this thing is amazing. The color science that DaVinci has embedded in their cameras are incredible. I've shot videos on Canon, I've shot video on Sony, and honestly, in my experience thus far, in this one time, this one weekend of using this rental camera, I am blown away by the colors that come out of it. On top of that, it shoots 12-bit Blackmagic RAW. Do you know what RAW files do when you actually pull these bad boys into DaVinci? You're literally able to reset your ISO, your exposure, change your white balance on pretty much any clip that you have, as long as you shot it in RAW. So you can imagine how excited I am to get my hands on this new 6K and kind of see what that sensor is all about. Plus, I've got Sony glass, I've also got Canon glass still as well from my transition from Canon to Sony. So I'd love to be able to put a lot of those glasses, like my Sigma 85mm art, my 17 to 40, 50mm 70 to 200. So I'd love to be able to use those lenses that quality glass and throw that on a quality body as well. So the new resolution on this camera include 6K at 60 frames per second. That is insane. How many cameras on the market right now are even doing 4K at 60 frames per second, let alone 6, for under $3,000? It's unbelievable. You gotta think, the Pocket 4K was a new kid on the block. It was competing against its older brothers, not to mention all the kids on the block who have already been in the game for such a long time, such as the Red, the Ari, the Canon line of cinema cameras. Now people have been using the Pocket 4K and seeing the power and the capabilities the camera packs into a $1,300 body, which is insane. So now you're taking the Pocket 6K, giving it more features, and at the same time at a price point that's affordable. Mind blown. Think about it. Right now, the Canon C200 is on sale for, I believe it's $6,500. I mean, just to buy a setup kit for a Red camera, it can net you anywhere between 15 and 25K, depending on which one you get. The Ursa Mini starts at about $5,000. So it's like, for a fraction of those costs, you're getting the same, if not better, features. How many cameras on the market right now are shooting 6K outside of Red? So you gotta think, for $2,500, you can get a Netflix capable quality camera to shoot movies on, and for whatever your production needs are. The other thing I want to point out as a photographer, of course I'm not using this camera with the expectation I'm going to get the same level of quality that I'm getting from my A7R III when I shoot stills. But at the same time, what's really cool is being able to take stills from a video and being able to use those for different things, if it's for social media purposes or a thumbnail, for example. And with the Pocket 4K, even though it's such a high quality level, with the Pocket 4K only having a 8.8 megapixel sensor, those stills really aren't that high resolution. So they're only good for Instagram and social media. And for most cases, especially in my workflow, that's fine. But for anything else, if I'm looking to print or send off to a client to enlarge, it's just not gonna cut it. With this new Super 35 sensor on the Pocket 6K, that 8 megapixel sensor is now a 21 megapixel sensor. So now you're getting much more quality from this camera. Not even just in video mode, but even in the stills. Again, I know you're not buying this camera to take still photos, but if you're on set, just want a couple of quick behind the scenes to post on your story or on your feed, just to kind of get some content out there, it can't hurt. One of the benefits of having a Super 35 sensor compared to a Micro Four Thirds sensor, you're gonna have a shallower depth of field. So you can be able to blow out that background just a little bit more, given the fact that you've got more sensor room to play with. Now, one final thought. I just want to throw this out there. As a techie, as a geek, as a nerd, whatever you want to call me or yourself, one of the things I hate to do is wait. I hate waiting for new gear or for new tech that comes out. You hear about it, and you're waiting 6 months before you even get a chance to buy it. And even worse, the Pocket 4K from last year is still hard to find. It's like that unicorn that everyone talks about that you never ever see. So now the 6K, not only was it announced today, it's already available for pre-order today. And B&H is already saying that it's shipping on August 12th. That's literally 3 days from now. It's insane. So you won't even have to wait that much longer to get your hands on it. So stay tuned, guys. As soon as I get it in hand, I'm definitely going to take some shots, get some footage for you guys and throw up there and do a full extensive review on the camera and my thoughts on it thus far. And again, subscribe, hit that notification bell so when that video drops, you'll be able to get that and so much more on my new channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for staying to the end, and I appreciate you guys and looking forward to creating some dope content with you moving forward in the future. Till next time, guys, keep shooting, keep creating, keep growing. I can't stay.